Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing Master Leif in 1 Minute Chess on chess.com. Okay, so I'm going back to this series that I made a few videos for several months back, The Road to 2800. So I'm trying to reach 2800 bullet on chess.com, and this series has been interrupted. I've definitely been slacking on my quest to reach that coveted 2800 rating, so I'm trying to take this back up. Mainly as just a challenge to myself to see if I can do it, because the highest I've ever been on chess.com bullet, I think, was recently at 2720 or so. So I've got like 80 points to go, and with my current rating, I've got over 100 points to go. So let's see if we can make some progress this session. I'm giving up this d5 pawn because it seems like I have a nice initiative. Here I'm threatening the h3 pawn, and queen to g3 is a threat. So actually, yeah, I can check here, and I'm very nearly mating white. Let's check again. Probably bishop takes f2 after this. Yeah, let's do that. Threatening queen h3 mate. I think white might have to bail out with queen g4. Yeah, offering a trade. I'm going to take them up on this. My time is a big problem, though, is it not? Yeah, let's do this. I would not like to lose this first game. Let's give it a check. I'm going to bring this back here, assuming he attacks my bishop. That's a good move by him. Okay, let's go here. Mr. Leif is very fast. So he's going to get his rook penetrated. Yeah, this is a problem, isn't it? Let's try to coordinate our pieces. Look for a checkmate of some kind. Ooh, did I get the mate? No, not quite. But it's very close, isn't it? Ooh, now I can go pick this up. Let's just do this. Go ahead and take that guy. Oh, and I won. You could have taken my bishop there at the end, too. I'm sorry that I put the video in right when that game was starting, like 10 moves into the game. That was my mistake. I didn't hit start recording. So, all right, game 2 against Master Leif. The road to 2800 is always intense and fraught with danger along the way. I'm going to do my best to commentate as I go, though. So here I'm trying to attack both b7 and d5. I guess I'm going to take this and then play here, looking for knight c7 check. Debatable how good this is, but we'll find out. Yeah, he has to take that. I'm going to take with the bishop, try to maintain some control. And now knight takes d5 and bishop b5 check is a threat. So this looks irritating. I'm going to go here. Knight a4 is a move I'd like to play, but I got to be cautious about how I implement that. Let's bring this over. Because the thing I don't like is that black has rook a5 at all times. So let's try to prop up knight a4 now. Okay, now I think I got it in under nice circumstances. If knight c8, rook takes c8. So this pawn appears to be lost. Okay, we'll take. And let's penetrate rook here. I guess he has king d8. Didn't play it, thankfully. Let's take here. Grab another pawn. The mouse speed is usually the first thing to go. Like if I'm rusty, my mouse is slow, as it is with a lot of people. Go pick this pawn up. Play e4. Let's just hide this. I'm going to go here, just propping up this knight. Let's take this way. You can double up my pawns, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Let's go here and hold that pawn. Yep, caught him pre-moving. All right, we win that game. So we're getting some points against Master Leif. Mainly, I'm just trying to get back in the groove of playing. Let's go here and knight f6. I'm going to take with the d pawn should he capture, but he does not. Okay, now we'll do this. Castle. Let's play rook e8. Maybe we can get something going against the king. So now rook takes e3 becomes enticing. Yeah, so he covers against that. Let's go a5. Just want to see if I can create some trouble if white castles queenside. Taking not working. Let's go back. Take that. And, I'm just going to play bishop f5, develop. Yeah, he can always play that move and try to trade the queens. It's probably smart. Not sure I should have played my last move, but all right. We'll see what happens. Let's go here. Swap these guys off. Now I'm thinking c4 or maybe d4. d4 might still be good. Let's play this move, actually. This looks like fun. And then swing the rook over here. Let's play d4 now. I'm going to go after h3 and, okay, try to keep the position closed for the time being. Take that guy. All right, so I'm up a solid pawn. I think f5 is not an issue yet. I do have to watch out for that move, however. Let's go here, look to trade this bishops. Yeah, he keeps the bishops on the board. Probably a good plan. Check. Let's see if we can get this into the game. Our king, that is. C5 maybe? Almost slipped there. We're going to go here, and then go take this guy, take that. Oh boy. Okay. Just don't mess this up, John. Oh, and I won. Okay. I had 2 seconds left. I got to remember on chess.com that you can pre-move multiple moves. That's very important. I sometimes forget that. All right, let's keep going. Let's play e4 against Master Leif in this game. Ooh, and he plays the Scandi. A player after my own heart. He is locking the bishop in on c8 a little prematurely. Let's attack him with g4. See what happens because of this. We're going to trade. I'm trying to stab with the h and the g pawns. Move these guys forward. Let's come back here, protect against knight f4. Still going to let him play knight f4 if he wants. Yeah, I think I should probably take that. I know he can take this, but I'm hoping that the open file works some magic for me. Let's go ahead and play h6. Let's just keep going. I know he can play g6 and keep the position closed. Let's play a3. Maybe d5 is a good idea to come. Let's do that. He's got to be very cautious. I'm going to sack another pawn in the hopes of maybe eventually severing his coordination here. Let's do this. We come here. Looking for like bishop takes f7 tricks someday. Queen takes g6. Not sure that will ever happen. Let's go here. Maybe rook takes f7 is working now. Queen e7, rook takes f7 is a very nice shot. Yeah, if he takes with the rook, queen takes c8. So that just happened to work out tactically for me. I don't even want to take that yet. I think I can just torture him like this. And he can't really free himself from this situation. Yeah, he resigned. Okay, so I sacked 2 pawns and got a little lucky there. I'm not sure about that one. Let me rematch him. I think he left, though. So what I was trying to do with d6 is stop him from playing queen d6. Because I feel like if he's able to play queen d6, my bishop on c4 will be out of bounds. Not such a great position. With a pawn on h6, you always have attacking chances. I do like that aspect of my game right here. And also the fact that his queen has to constantly monitor the bishop. I think what he should have done is, like right around here, he should probably not play bishop h8. I have a feeling he should play like king h8 and then maybe even move the queen away somewhere and pull the bishop back to e7 if he wants to eventually play f5. Playing f5 would free his position, so I can see why he'd like to do that. Okay, let's look for another opponent. I was challenging like 10 people right before I started this recording and finally got an opponent against Master Leif. Ooh, Nuki, 2711. I'm going to see if this guy wants to play. This is a GM I played in the past. Very strong. GM Benolius, I'm also challenging. FM The Magnet. Jay Landaw, I'm going to challenge as well. Jay Landaw was one of our opponents from the Title Tuesday recently. He defeated me in that tournament. Bugs Bunny 444. And I'm also going to put out a Seek. just to maximize my chances of getting a good game here. Hope everyone's doing well. It is Thursday. It's about 5 o'clock p.m. U.S. Central Time. I enjoyed the debate last night. Top-notch entertainment. I think most Americans are ready for this election to be over with. You cannot create more than 5 Sikhs. That's disappointing. Well, I'm going to be waiting a second for someone then. Feel free to fast forward. We don't want you guys just to sit here and have to watch all of this. Me just idling, looking for a game. Talking to you about election stuff. Let's see who else I can challenge. Sending out a number of private challenges, just 1v1, as opposed to the open challenges where it goes to anyone within the rating range you're looking for. No one is biting, though. Oh, by the way, while I have some downtime, there's a very good chance I'm going to go to London for the London Chess Classic coming up in December. And I played that tournament last year. It was a good time. Saw a bunch of people, other streamers like Eric Hansen, Ginger GM was there. And if you're in the London area, you should definitely go to the tournament and check it out. I'd be happy to meet you. Last year it was awesome because a lot of people, I'd say at least 10 people, maybe even 20 or so over the course of the event, came up to me and like introduced themselves and said, "Hey, I watch your channel, I really like your videos and stuff." So that was very flattering. So if you see me at the London Chess Classic, don't be too shy to say hi. So I'd love to hear from you and meet you. Okay, still looking for someone. I've challenged about 8 different people now. Still trying to find an opponent. I'm going down quite a bit in rating too. Like now I'm down to players who are in the 2200s, which would hurt if I lose to them on the road to 2800. Okay, we've got another opponent. IPowell, 9421. Let's play e4 against this player. 25-25 rating, so this is a healthy rating. We can make some progress on the road here. Let's play mainline Kalashnikov. b5, put the knight on d5. I like going c4 here. Let's just challenge the knight on d4 for now. Take this way. So he's sacking a pawn. That's quite interesting. So I'm up a pawn here, but my pieces are going to be slightly awkward. Yeah, f5. f5 is a logical move. Okay, I'm going to do this. He might end up getting his pawn back, though. He can take and then play rook takes f2 is the thing. Yeah, this is active for black. I have to tread very cautiously now. b2 is hanging if he wants that pawn. I'm going to let him take that pawn because I think I got to dissipate the pressure somehow. He hasn't taken it. Now he might have blundered this. Yeah, rook takes d5, king e4. And if the rook goes over to h5, I have knight f6, winning the exchange. So that was a big blunder by my opponent. Yeah, he's just going to sack the exchange. I have a lot of pawns on the second rank he can take, though, don't I? It's going to be hard to maintain all of these guys. Let's do this. Might have to play for a mating net. Let's take this way. Maybe not. Maybe I can get my king over here. I mean, I'm fighting against 2 connected pawns, so this is annoying. Rook d2, a4. But then again, my king and my knight are awfully close to this A pawn. I feel like that's got to be worth something. So let's bring this over here to maneuver a bit. I mean, time is going to be the bigger factor, clearly. Let's do this. Oh boy. These pawns are coming at me awfully fast. You can play g3 here if he wants. Okay, let's check and play this. He's going to play rook g1. Yikes. Not coping well against these pawns. Oh, swindled him there a little bit. Probably not going to be enough to hold a position, however. I do pick off that pawn, it seems. Oh, draw. Okay. Got really lucky there at the end. He wasn't moving very fast, so... That was a dynamic position after he lost the piece. He adjusted well there. He saw that he was going to lose the bishop, or have to give up the exchange, so I think he correctly played rook d2, and gave up the bishop, but my knight was kind of awkward. I had to go through some contortions to get it out of there. And you see how his rook was roving along the second rank, just picking up pawn after pawn? That's always a big problem. All right, Team Scandi, let's go. First Scandi of the day. Let's play knight f6. I'm feeling in a more aggressive mood than usual, so let's just do this. No one ever plays f3, so we can be certain that our opponent will not do that. I'm just going to develop now. Probably look to castle queenside. I think would be smart. Queen trade. I am hitting d4, so maybe I can win this c2 pawn even. I think I can take here, actually. And then I can challenge his knight. If c4, I have a move like a6. Challenging that knight on b5. Let's go here now. So attack that pawn on d5. And try to complete our development, basically. Here. Maybe I can take on a2. This is a little greedy, but I can probably get away with it. Let's go f6. Then I'm going to go here. I think he was looking for knight d6. Ideas. I'm going to do this. My knight is controlling c7, importantly. Oh no, I just allowed rook c8. That was bad. That was pretty awful. Alright, so now I'm down a rook. I have a b pawn that probably is not going to be able to do much damage, but we'll try. I mean, it's blitz, so we might as well give it a shot. Or a bullet, I mean. Rook takes c1, threat. Alright, I gotta try it at least. So I win back a little bit of material. Time is a factor for him. Knight c5. Guess I'll go there. Go attack his rook. I mean, obviously he should definitely win this now. But I have a knight. We can cause some damage with the knight. Is he going to trade down? Yep, he is. Probably smart of him. Minimizing any risk. Maybe I can hope for a stalemate. He has to figure... Oh, nice. Yeah, that was nice. Nicely played by him right there. When his pawn got up to h6, that was hopeless. I had no other moves other than to take it, and then he goes and checkmates me. So that pawn endgame is a win. Nicely executed by him with only a couple seconds. All right, so we take our first loss of this session. Let's continue with the e4 train. Let's play knight c3 just to see what he does. Okay, so now we're going to go into a accelerated dragon. Bishop out to c4. Let's play h3. I think this is one of the main moves to take. Be content with this trade. He says no trade. I guess I'm going to go here. Attack e7. Now maybe I can target this with my rook, like say rook e1. We'll go c4. This bishop is not so impressive on its current square, but maybe we can make something happen. e7 attacked again. Rook takes e7. Not quite working, but it's an idea I'm going to keep in mind. Let's pull the queen out here. Let's go here. I guess I'm going to trade one set of rooks if he wants to. He still can't take on d5, which is a nice perk here. D6 is a move I'd really like to achieve. I'm going to play G4 to try to bother him with G5 ideas. D6. Really want D6. I'm going to do it again. He actually does not take, interestingly. Now he might take, though. Now I'm going to try for H4, H5. See if we can get something going against his king. It's difficult for him to unwind. Probably don't want to trade rooks. Let's shove that pawn to H6. This worked against Master Leif, didn't it? So maybe it'll work here. Good move, good move. Okay, I'm going to take and then play this. Whoa. I mouse slipped. I went to go rook D1, but he pre-moved rook C8. That's brutal. That's bullet chess for you. All right, next game. Let's go Scandi again. I'm going to play the Queen A5 variation this time around. Some people, by the way, have been asking me about Queen D6 on move 3. That is a good move. So if you play that, all props to you. Continue doing that because that is a perfectly acceptable line. I'm kind of intrigued by that line myself. I've been meaning to study it for a while. So I'm castling. If bishop f4, I'll have to waste time moving my queen back again. So playing queen d8. Looks like he had a little bit of lag there. Let's play knight bd7. I want to challenge this knight. Maybe even go c5 if possible. I think this is a good way to try to stab back at their center. Not sure about the way they're playing it now, but let's go here. I'm wary of trading too much on e4. Like if queen takes e4, they'd be pointed at h7. Maybe now I can push them back with my pawn somehow. So like, let's say take here first, actually. This looks like a better idea. And how about this? Because now knight g6 might be almost forced. Knight g5, wow. Can't I just take here? I think I can. Tricky, tricky. Threatening mate and such. Let's just play b6. Get ready to develop. We'll go here. I'm a little bit slow right now, but the position is under control. I'm up a piece. Looking for queen g4. c2 is under attack. He's just going into blitz mode now. Hitting d1, hitting h3. This is going to be trouble for him. Let's take here. Let's pin his rook. Gotta move faster, John. Definitely gotta move faster. Let's push that f-pawn now. He doesn't want it. Hope for no stalemate. Just gonna go pick that rook up. All right, we went on time. Rematch. Let's stick with e4. Using the move order I used last time, I got him to play g6 as opposed to a Kalashnikov. I mean, it's fine to play against both lines, but I have more experience against this line from the white side, so I'm gonna do that. Maybe we'll get a proper dragon. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get a main line Yugoslav dragon, rook c8, bishop c4. And he takes on d4. Okay, I'm not so familiar with this, but I'll do my best. a5, I think, is usually played. Yeah, and now I'm going to stick the knight on d5. There's a ton of theory in this, I know. Now we're going to take here. And let's give a check. And then play... I guess I'll play rook over here, try to attack e7. So he's got this open A file. My king might have to bail. King c1, king d2. I'm hoping that I don't have to do that. That move is a surprise, to say the least. So if I take, he's going to take back. I don't think that works at all for him, unless I'm sorely mistaken here. So let's try to do this. I'm looking to just take c3, basically. He can play rook a8, but queen takes c3, and I think he's coming up empty. Now he can play queen a3. Nah, rook takes a3, stopping the whole mating attack. So I believe that idea was more bluff than anything else. Let's go bail with our king now. He can check and probably bring his queen over to g1 or something. But actually, this is a little tricky, isn't it? I'm going to let him take g2, I think. think I kind of have to. Hoping he doesn't have too many dangerous checks here. It's annoying, though. Definitely annoying. I'm trying to offer some material back, but he's not biting on it. I am up on time now, though. And I'm looking to force trades. Let's go here. Target this guy. Go take his queen. Push the pawn. No stalemate, no whammies. Checkmate. All right, 26.97 after that one. Let's keep going. I'm going to play at least 10 or 15 more minutes. Let's play knight f6 again. We'll go back to this move. And bishop g4. Yeah, bishop e2 is a real no-nonsense way to deal with this, I think. It's a castle now. So I'm looking for e5, if possible. Just break up his center. Now I'm hitting that knight on e2, so he's got to move that or block. Bishop here looks all right. I think black's fine. I've got all my pieces out. My king is safe. Go attack this knight. I'm going to play a safety move. Just secure my king. Another safety move. Give me an outlet against any back rank issues. Knight d5. Nah. Let's go here. Now this invites knight c4. I'm not sure how great of a move that was. It's kind of an open position with knights on board. A little unusual. Let's see if we can contest the d-file. The annoying thing is I can't move this knight so easily. So I'm kind of struggling to figure out what to do. Let's take. I'm going to go here. I think he has rook e7, but then I go knight d5. Importantly. Let's repeat once. I don't know. This is quite tricky. f5 maybe coming next, I'm thinking. Trying to deflect his queen away. He has queen h4. He can just take, yep. So I'm banking on his knight being loose, but I'm really not sure. Yeah, he just found a good move there. Queen over, rook over, that is. Whoa, take that. He's banking on me having no time. Wow. He just imploded there at the end. He found a nice sequence, and then he just blundered his queen, rook g6. I wonder if he wasn't expecting that. He must have been expecting me to move my rook to some other square, and then he was going to play rook d8, but weird ending to that one. He offers a rematch. Let's keep going with e4. I know this is making those of you who have been begging for me to play e4 for many months, and years even. I'm trying to work this move into my repertoire more often, and it starts with bullet. No, I don't really recommend doing that. If you're going to be serious about studying a line, you should be playing at the very least blitz and ideally standard, as I've often talked about. 15-minute games with a 10-second increment. So we might repeat this line with a5, a3, b4, etc. I remember that there was, this time I took on d5 as opposed to, okay, well, it might transpose. Let's do this. I remember there was a few grandmasters on ICC. I want to say Azerbaijani grandmasters who are like experts in this variation from the black side. Okay, so now here's where I have to bail with my king, like so. Okay, can I take here? I know that's extremely greedy, but what's he really going to do? I'm going to grab and see what happens. Now I kind of want to play queen f6. Let's see how he reacts to that. Because the check is always harmless after king d2. So he might have to play rook back to f8, which would be sort of a defeat for him. Now I might even go grab the d6 pawn. Let's take this way. And got to be cautious with the king, admittedly. Let's not lose on time. Bring this back. Trying to trade queens, but I know he's not going to make it easy for me. Now I'm going to try to attack. He's going to try to maybe hit b2 somehow. He can check. Oh, now I lose my bishop, though. And he can take f3. Let's go for some back rank stuff. We're going to go after that h-pawn. Now we're going to go after the d6 pawn, I suppose. He can advance his b pawn. I'm trying to catch him in a pre-move situation. He's not biting. He doesn't have much time left. Ooh, I got him on time. Threw in the old rook takes f7 right at the very end. That's nice that chess.com shows like the hundredths of seconds. I think it was showing. I think it was showing like 0.1 something left on his clock. Rematch. Let's switch this up. Let's go Sicilian. No idea what he plays against this, but we'll find out quick. I like playing the con. Let's play bishop c5. Idea bishop c5 just to try to displace his pieces ever so slightly. Let's go here. And I'm going to play knight d7. So oftentimes white waits to develop this bishop in an effort to try to get it on h6. So let's go here, knight e5. He does have nice control over this square, though. That concerns me slightly. I might have to put my knight back on h6, which looks kind of weird. Let's push this guy. Knight h5 would be really nice there, but it doesn't work due to queen takes g4. I'm still looking at knight here, however. Now my bishop on e7 supports this pawn. That's nice. I'm going to pull this back. Maybe just castle. Yeah, let's castle. I don't think the queen side is ever going to be safe for my king, so might as well do this. Let's go here. I'm really asking for it on g6, however. Let's go here to defend. Put the bishop on e5, I suppose. I'm trying to control this square. f4, really that entire diagonal. He's playing quite a bit faster than me right now, which is concerning. Try to work this guy around, I suppose. e5. I'm going to take this way, should he take. d6 is hanging, but we can't really pause to concern ourselves with that. That's a really nasty pin I'm in, so I'm going to try to give up the exchange to alleviate that, but don't really know how much good it's going to do. Let's go here. I need to guard e5. Let's see what we can get going even after a queen trade. Because these pawns are pretty darn dangerous, I would say. Let's advance these guys. Go take that one. Well, we're going to get that. Okay, we won that. It was not looking promising in the middle game where he had 10 extra seconds and I was fiddling around with my knights on the king side. I don't like what I did, misplacing the knights. The knight on h5 is fine, but the knight on h6, like, that's not a desirable retreat square. All right, let's keep pushing. e4 once again. Seems to be working so far. Just striving for more open positions in general in bullet. So I made the mistake of going into this move order again. It's not a mistake, really, but I was having decent results in that dragon, so I should have stuck to that. Let's play this a little different this time. I'm going to try to neutralize the knight with my knight. So let's take this way now. I guess he has knight f6. Knight f6 I did not anticipate. He can take here. I can take b5. Can get weird. I'm just going to play that to defend. He's sacking a pawn in the style of a Benko gambit. Interesting. Well, let's play. I don't want your rook yet. I think it's kind of dangerous for me to take, so I'm going to decline that for now. Yeah, you know, I like how he's playing this. Okay, now I'm going to take, just because I'm probably suffering either way, so let's just try to do this. If you're going to suffer, you might as well have material for it. And that's one way to look at this type of position. I'm going to try to castle by hand. He's got rook d8, rook coming to c8, moves like that. So He's going to be bothersome. My king is never going to be safe in this game. But I am up a lot of material, so maybe I can hold on. Whoops. Meant to play pawn b4. That was a big mistake on my part. Yeah, I'm going to resign. Well, slips happen. Yeah, I was trying to play pawn b4 to support the bishop on c5. Next game. Let's play Sicilian again. That was fun. That line we just got into. Except this time I'm going to play knight f6. I'm not going to kick his knight from d4. He seemed to know what he was doing against that, so we'll play this line, whereupon I try to get this fianchetto going. This is the line that I played against Niklas Huschenbett in our dual commentary match. Rook b1. I don't know what that's all about. Looks like he's got some slow idea in mind, but maybe I can do something against this. Knight f4 was my idea. Let's put pressure on e4. Take that guy. b5 would be really nice. I'm not sure it's sound, though. I'm going to bring this back. Maybe look to play b5 in the very near future. Let's play rook e7 first. Now b5 is good, because if he takes, I can take on c3. So I think this was well timed. And here's where we unleash the Kraken on the long diagonal. This is where white can run into issues if they're not careful. I'm going to do this. This looks interesting. Maybe he can take a6. I don't know. I guess he can take d6 here. He's not going to risk it, though. Ah, capture there. Very nice. I didn't see that. Did not see that coming. Okay, so we're going for a queen ending, I guess. Not sure who's better here. It's kind of debatable. Guess whoever has more time. He's going to sack a pawn. Move this pawn. I'm going to try to hide my king first and foremost. Or maybe go for a perpetual. I don't know. I feel like I kind of have to. Let's go here. Get behind his pawn. I gotta threaten to create a pass pawn of my own, queen of my own. Ooh, he takes that with check. That's a big problem. Still gonna play this out. He has no time. Oh, but nor did I. I didn't have any time myself. All right, rematch. 6.5, 3.5. Okay, knight c3, very important to get him to play g6. We're having better results in this line. It's always interesting, like the meta battles that break out in the course of a match one-on-one with someone. You know, the psychology of their play, your opening choices, all that stuff. I'm going to castle kingside this time. I think he's a little less likely to play b4 in this case because the pawn could just end up being weak, I believe. He may not agree with that. So I'm hoping to prove that this guy is just a weakness. Now queen takes b4 is threatened. I guess he can play queen b8 to defend, but then I have ideas of invading on a7, so like rook a7 must be playable here. Bishop takes f7, not working. Let's play h4. He's kind of tied down, is what I'm thinking. So I'm just going to play a couple semi-waiting moves to see what he does. Let's go here now. Guess he can put his queen on c5 if he wants, but I might swap and play rook c7 then. So d6 is kind of loose now. Yeah, let's go here. He can play queen e5 and bail out, but still, even in this endgame, he's got some weaknesses, doesn't he? Like now I can go after e5 and b4. Let's see. Probably should do this. His pieces are kind of wrong-footed, but I don't have a lot of time to figure this out. Let's go take that one for starters. He might go after b2. He can play bishop f1 here, but he's going to lose a piece if he does. Like so. Let's get this pawn going. Keep pushing it. Just keep pushing there. Well, caught his rook, I guess. All right, so we win that one. Yeah, I'm not sure about his strategy of pushing pawn b4 there. I kind of questioned whether that was good or not. Offering him a rematch. This might actually be a good place to wrap up if it looks like he's not playing. Yeah, I gotta leave soon anyways. So we end this session right at 2690, a little under 2700. Not bad though. So played this strong player, Powell, 9-4-2-1, and won the match by a score of 7.5, 3.5. Also played Master Leif before that. It was a little shaky to start, but just trying to get back into the groove of things. So I will continue the quest to 2800. I'll try to do more of these videos, and hopefully you guys can give me some encouragement along the way. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be back again soon. Bye, guys.